Carlsberg has moved its brewery away from central Copenhagen, leaving behind an entire village of old industrial buildings. From these buildings, architects and citizens will now create a whole new urban area.
Well, it's like being in a candy store because there's this enormous amount of cultural heritage that you can stand upon. Things that you're not able to create as a modern architect, like the elephant. Somehow they are funny, but they also represents the strength of this place and the history of this place.
And there is plenty of history out here. The brewery has been here for more than 150 years, and the plan is to use the old buildings for new life, like here in Carlsberg's old power station.
This building is maybe one of the grandest examples of the inheritance which are going to be filled with new life at Carlsberg. I myself could imagine that this could be a fantastic bath, a public bath, where you could make holes in this floor where the machinery is standing right now, and you could imagine people walking around here and having the best time of their life, living right next door to this place or being tourists. This was built like 100 years ago, and it will stand here, I'm sure, in 200 years, and you don't normally think of that. So this idea about building into history is very much present at Carlsberg. This is the House of Dance at Carlsberg now. Former it was the mineral water fabric. Normally when we build a new building for museums or dance or office, the client and the users ask for a maximum of flexibility. A building like this is designed for one thing only, for manufacturing mineral waters. And then it seems ironically that you could actually put anything into a building like this. The dancers are extremely happy for the columns. Normally you would say no columns when dancers are around, but they use it as something to play with. So this is a story about buildings designed for a special purpose at Carlsberg being used for anything, only the imagination put the limits.
But sometimes you need the help from an architect to create life between the houses. And for Christian Kold, there is one key word: multifunctional.
Well, multifunctional to us is to create this new city, which is not really new. It's a reintroduction of a true city where people live and they get educated and they work and they go here for pleasure and leisure, and all together having fulfilled most of their needs within a reach of 500 meters. Well, of course you have at the ground level some functions which you can interact with, shopping, and it could also be culture and so on. And then at the upper floors you could have office, but also of course apartments, meaning that when people are going home from the office, the city will not shut down and close and be kind of spooky. This will be a 24 hours city.